So I wanted to show you this flat skimmer is what a lot of people use for skimming the surface of their pool. And they don't really realize that they could use a pool rake for doing the same thing, so they can skim the surface and do the bottom with the very same product, okay? So the first thing, I want to show you just how much faster that process would be. So I'm going to dirty up my pool here. Spread these leaves out just a little bit. Now you know, when you're using one of these, okay, you can only get so much before it's basically full, and if you try to get any more, then you start losing what you put in there, right? So you saw how full this rake was when I started. So I empty this off, that's my first trip. Okay, so I come back over, try to pick up more of what I got here, right? And then my skimmer's full again. Can't quite get to the end of it probably, right? So I gotta empty it again. And then I gotta go back for another trip, right? Even if I had filled this more full, 3 or 4 times, I don't even have this half full. How many times, I mean, how much of your pool could you skim all at once with this one tool versus trying to skim it with this one and keep emptying it? Give you a glimpse of just how much debris you can actually load up in one of these Pro Tough rakes. So these are wet leaves, and we've got it basically completely full. If I try to hold it in one hand, I mean, I can hold it, but barely. I mean, it weighs a good amount here, okay? So, and I'm going to empty this out into this wheelbarrow. Now tell me how many times you would have to fill up your current pool skimmer or pool rake to get that much debris out of your pool, okay? You can generally clean the whole pool and not empty it maybe 1 or 2 times with this thing, even if it's relatively dirty. So just gives you an idea of what you're dealing with here. It's real sturdy, it's going to hold a lot of weight, it's going to hold a lot of debris. So if you're trying to decide between our leaf rake, which is the black mesh net, or the silt rake, which is the white mesh net, this little demonstration probably will give you an idea of what the difference between the two is. Generally the black mesh leaf net is for cleaning anything larger than really small ants, gnats, that kind of thing. If you have silt, sand, pollen, sometimes algae, that sort of thing, then you're really going to want the silt rake. And sometimes you need both, because the black mesh net cleans much faster, so if you have larger debris and smaller debris, you're probably going to want to have both rakes clean with the black mesh net first, go through it really fast, and then just follow with the silt rake. But here's a little demonstration to show you just how much of the sand is going to filter through, okay, this black mesh net, the leaf net. You can see here, if I shake this, it's going to filter right through here, okay? Which obviously is not what you're looking for. If you have small debris, you want to be able to collect that. But there is some debris that it did grab. Some of the larger dirt particles are still here and they are not filtering through. So anything larger than that, this black mesh net is going to get. But if you want to look inside this silt net here, you can see that what we have now is all the sand that filtered through the black. Okay, that's what this is going to catch. All right. So just so you understand the difference between the two, we do sell them both on Amazon. We have multiple sizes of each. So again, you probably, if you have both larger and smaller debris, you really are going to be better served by having one of each. But you can get away with just the silt rake. It will work for that larger debris. Just takes longer because the mesh is so tight, the water doesn't pass through it as easy, so you have to move a lot slower with that rake. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you. Quick video to show you the difference between the old style pool pole that most of you own, which is the cam locking design, and the new style, which is the new Pro Tough pool pole.